Hey guys, what's going on? So I want to make a quick video about these budget lipos I've been running from Zeee. And I kind of want to talk about cheap lipos in general and really just talk about these batteries because I really kind of believe in them. Okay, disclosure, I am not being paid by Zeee. I am not being sponsored by anybody. I bought, with my own money, every one of these batteries. I have yet to have a single thing sent to me to review, so my thoughts and everything are my own. So let's go ahead and take a look real quick at what we got in front of us. We've got a couple of 4S 7000 milliamp 100C batteries. These are all hard. Everything we're going to see is a hard case. They do all have Dean's connectors. We'll talk about that in a minute. 7000 milliamp. These are for the X-Max. 5200 3S 80C. This is for the new Big Rock monster truck I just got, and possibly my TRX4. It's a very big battery for a TRX4, but if I want to go on a really long trail run, I won't crawl with it, but maybe as a trail battery might be a winner. We've got 4 of the 6200 60C 2S batteries for the Summit. Summit takes 2 batteries, so this is two sets of batteries for the Summit. And down here we've got 5200 2S 50C batteries. That can either be for any of these 2S's, could also be used in my 10th scale monster truck, but these mainly are for the big 1/5 scale crawler. That's what kind of those are for. So let's talk about cheap lipos. There's cheap lipos you get off Banggood. There's cheap, you can get them on eBay, stuff like that. I don't have experience with any of them. There's a lot of people say they're probably all made in the same warehouse in China. That's possible. All I can go with is how much current it takes to charge them, how well they stay balanced, how well they perform as far as runtime versus other batteries I've used. So, you guys know I bought some high dollar trucks. I don't care to spend money on something, but if I don't have to spend a lot of money on a battery, I'm not going to. If I raced, different story. I'd buy max amps, something like that, whatever, and I would love to buy SMC batteries for every truck I own, but that gets prohibitively expensive when you need, this is 9 batteries and I need double this. And batteries aren't cheap even when you buy cheap ones. A set of these 2S 6200s is about $40 or $50. One of these is about $43, and these right here are like $60 a pop. It's still a heck of a lot better than factory batteries. A Traxxas battery is going to cost you $150, $130 if you're lucky. So you're talking $260 for a battery. That's, I could buy a lot of these batteries for that. SMC does make some like 9,000 and 10,000 milliamp batteries. Sure, I may get some at some point and try them, but let's talk about this. Now, first off, I'm going to knock this battery real quick. I wish it did not have Dean's connector. I wish Zeee would either add a couple bucks to this battery and put a higher current, an XT60 at least maybe on it for that, or even offer it in a Traxxas connector for the old legacy Traxxas connector. Give me some options. I'd really like to see that. Now, in full disclosure, I've run this in my X-Max. I don't do speed runs on my X-Max. I drive it like a monster truck. I bash it. I'm not out trying to do 80 mile an hour with my X-Max. I don't have a Max 5 or Max 6 ESC in mine and a monster motor and all that. It's a stock X-Max with bigger tires on it and a few things. The only thing with these batteries is they do get a little bit warmer than the factory Traxxas battery. And by warmer, I mean just a little warmer. You still pick it up and touch it, but you can physically feel the difference in the heat, but not a lot, maybe 10 degrees. The connectors get a little warm, but not a lot more warmer than the Traxxas connectors. I've never had one come loose on me. None of these wires are starting to show signs of melting or anything like that, or over current draw. The balance plugs are very good. They plug in very nice and stay, everything feels good on them. No puffing on any of these batteries, no discoloration, no deformity, no nothing. But now I'm very kind to my batteries. Every time I use them, I try not to decharge them. I run Lipo alarms on stuff. I try not to run these down too far. Try not to let them ever get below I mean 3.2 at the rock bottom. Usually don't let them drop below 3.4. And I always bring them right back in and put them in storage mode, and I never leave them charged for more than 24 hours. At worst, I'll charge a battery the night before, run it the next day, and that evening put them in storage mode. So I don't leave my batteries charged and stuff like that. I definitely try to practice good LiPo practices. Now let's talk about charge rate on these batteries. I charge most of these at either 1. Some of these I'll try to do at 2C, but most of these I run at 1 to 1.5C. They don't really heat up when you're charging them. I use a Venom Pro Duo charger to charge these. Decent charger. I'm going to get another one or something different. We're going to try to get a few different chargers and test them all out. But let's talk about the 4S ones first. So my Traxxas batteries are factory Traxxas 25C. I can't remember 25 or 35, but it's a 6700 Traxxas ID batteries, smart batteries. These all take roughly half the milliamp rating to charge. So if it's a 7000, it's roughly going to run 3500 to 3700 milliamps in to top it off. And that's from a 3.8 volt storage charge, which to me, that math works out. Storage charge is about halfway charged. So if that's holding a half charge, it takes half the current to put it back in there. That tells me it's doing pretty good. And why does that make sense to me? Now, that's some fuzzy math and not scientific, but my Traxxas battery at 6700 takes about 3400 milliamp to charge. So 32 to 35 depending on where it's at. So it's doing the exact same thing these batteries are. And I've charged them on both a Traxxas charger and the other one. So, runtime. My other beta test, runtime. On my X-Max, I get about 5 more minutes, if maybe just somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes longer runtime on these 7000s than I do my 6700s. So that tells me these are holding more power than my Traxxas batteries. So, and I don't really see any power loss, anything like that. I'm not seeing any less power. Like I said, bone stock stock X-Max. 3S here, I have not run it yet, so I have no basis of comparison on it. These 2S6200s, these things are great. Bashing wise, I'm getting really good run times on my Summit, about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes of high gear, just all out running. Crawling, if I run it in low gear, diff slot kind of trail mode, I can get about 2 miles out of my Summit distance wise. Time, I don't really know, but I'm getting about right at 2 miles of distance on the trail with one set of batteries, so that's really good. And in my big fifth scale crawler on the 5200s, I'm getting about the same amount, about 2 miles out of my big rock crawler, so very, very good on these. And I have run these 5200s in the Summit. I get about 1 3/4 miles, 1.5 to 1 3/4 miles out of a 5200. So that tells me these are holding more than this. Now, second beta test. Electron Pro 50C, 5200 milliamp, 2S battery, hard case, Dean's connector. Identical to that battery over there as far as its rating, its milliamp, everything. It is all the same numbers. These take almost identical amounts of power to charge. They have almost identical run times. So that tells me that this battery is just as good as that's just as good as this. They are equal. Now, why does that matter? This battery, this Electron Pro, costs twice what the Zeee battery does. About $23, $24 on Amazon, right around $45 to $50 on Amazon. So I can have a set of batteries for the price of one of these, and this, by all my testing, is no better. The case on it might be a little nicer, but this battery right here, still a hard case, and I mean, when I say nicer, I'm cutting hairs. That's my test, guys, on Lipos. I would definitely, if I were you, I would go check out Zeee. If you're good at soldering, you can put whatever connectors you want on these. Anything 2S, 3S, I don't care to run Deans. I have no problem with it. That's just me. A lot of guys hate Deans. Run the connector, hey, wear what you dig, man. I have no problem with them. Annihilate me in the comments if you wish about that. But once I learn to solder, maybe we'll change that. I'm going to pick up a good soldering iron to start practicing and get used to it before I tackle anything major. But you guys, go check out Zeee. Check some of these things out, man. I will definitely buy more. Maybe you'll probably see double this many in the future. But catch you guys on the next video. Take it easy.